Yamada says not to worry, the guards will find him and bring back Mia. Deichai reminds them about the time they
Fnaf
signed up for a plan
4!
with that they can find him. Upon realizing this, Sora starts calling out for Mai louder. On the other side, the collector has Mai with him. Mai is scared as he says, "From you, I will get a lot of money," and tries to open his bandages to look inside. The tag detaches from his body with the connecting thread. Tezuki then tells everyone to look above, but others couldn't able to see anything near the area of the waterfall. Mai's tag is in the air. Tezuki can see that far due to his good eyesight. Sora asks Yamada for directions to reach there, but the route he told was too long. Sora decides to climb through the rocks at the side of the waterfall to reach there fastly. At that moment, Ase calls Sora closer and offers to throw him as high as she can. Sora runs to her, and she throws him halfway up the rocks. He begins climbing the rocks,
Okay, all of
eager
us
to
are
reach
ready,
very
but I'm
quickly.
gonna
But
get
on trying to place his foot on another rock, he slips and starts falling from a height. Everyone is shocked by witnessing this, but Inugamis arrive in time and save Sora from falling. They start climbing together to help Sora reach the top. As they reach their Sora thanks the Inugami. Now they spot Maikun's tag. Collector breaks the thread to detach the Mai from it. As it breaks, poor Mummy tries to escape, but the collector catches him. Just then, Sora appears and tells him to return the Mai. He barks in pain from being hurt, but the collector silences him by squeezing. Sora jumps onto the collector and tries to take Mai from him, but he pushes Sora back, saying that this creature will earn me a lot of money. Sora says, "Give back Mai, he is my family, not any object to sell." Suddenly, the voice of the spirit god is heard, saying, "Foolish human, face punishment for your sins." Roots emerge from the ground, capturing the collector. The black cloud appears and as lightning strikes, Mai comes flying off and lands on Sora's hands, while Collector gets shocked by it, and is found lying unconscious on the ground. He hugs Maikon and is relieved to have him back. Guards have captured the collector, and he's asking to set him free. A few spirit creatures approach with gifts. Yamada tells Sora the gifts are for him. He is the hero who caught the thief. And Maikon also receives a gift which he likes very much. Afterwards, Sora gives one gift to the shrine god upon returning. She blushes as Sora thanks her for the Mai's tag. Just then, Asa notices Connie kicking Tezuki, who wants to play more. Seeing this, Sora suggests they hang out at his home. He welcomes everyone inside. Deichai stares at her, saying, "You look like a model whose fan I am." Sora confirms that she is indeed that model, and he holds her hand excitedly, saying, "I am your huge fan." Now, seeing the gift box, Anubis asks about it. Sora tells that it's a gift from the festival. Other creatures take him away as he starts complaining about not being taken to the festival. He soon realizes others are sulking because they didn't get to attend, and they all make angry faces. Connie jumps to kick Tezuki, but he fails to do so. Deichai tells Baku it wasn't intentional, but he jumps to smack him. Asa holds Isao closer and hugs, but he didn't respond. Now, Sora gazes at the box and tells about a folk tale. Big boxes may contain dangerous things. Everyone is on guard and hesitatingly, Sora opens it. In the next moment, we get to know that the box was having the festival set. They all are wearing kimonos. Kazuki says that no one could have guessed the box would have all this. He asks Ki where she got all these costumes, and she says that she had them from work. All the creatures appear wearing their costumes, amazing Ki and Asa with how cute they look. To play a game. Deichai ties string on Baku when he runs with a fast speed, pulling a cloth, but it flies away from Deichai's hand because it was a magical cloth. Next, Kazuki is ready to play the shooting game, but the targets start moving. As he is about to shoot, Connie interferes to play first, but he misses the target and angrily starts punching Kazuki. Nai tries to shoot, but the band hits him instead of the target. Now, Kazuki shoots at the targets and doesn't miss a single shot, winning the weird masks. Everyone starts laughing seeing Connie wearing one of the masks, which looks weird but funny. Next, Isao tries to get a balloon using bait. He tries to pull the orange one, and Asa helps him, ending up pulling all the balloons attached to the orange one. She says, "Good job, Isao," and all the creatures start playing with them. Anubis asks Sora to put one in his mouth, but as he tries to nibble it, balloon bursts in his mouth. Sora starts laughing, and Tezuki throws a towel over his head. They both then sit in the corner and watch the others enjoy. Nai comes towards Sora, and he feels good as he enjoys the moment. He tells everyone, "I want to be with you all, always like this. Let's go on vacations during summer breaks together." Deichai excitedly says, "How about going in the beach?" But Anubis wants to go camping in the mountains. All the spirit creatures also look excited to go. Kazuki looks at Sora and says, "We will be forever together." The next morning, Maikun wakes up as Sora calls him for breakfast. They both pray before eating. Little Mummy starts eating, but he spills water on himself. Seeing him to struggle, Sora cleans him, saying, "Are you okay, Maikun?" Afterward, he helps Sora put out the clothes to dry. and then to remove the dirt from the mattress. With this, the story ends here. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to like the video if it brought a smile to your face. And which spirit creature did you like the most throughout the story? Tell us in the comment box and hit the subscribe button.
Today we're on a cookie one block, and our goal is to survive through 3 different phases of cookies, all with increasing difficulty. Every time you mine the one block, there's a chance for... the mob to spawn, and if we get...
In the world where everyone is born with magic stars, this is Famisha, who's born starless. As soon
The story begins as we meet a boy named Haru, who shut himself in after being bullied in high school. He stayed in his room for years, but one day, he is suddenly reincarnated by a goddess. Haru realizes he must have died, and the goddess tells him he will be reincarnated into a new world filled with magic, and she will give him overpowered skills to help him in his new life. She tells him to enjoy his second chance of life, and Haru just wants to be able to live a quiet and easy life. The goddess reincarnates him, and he finds he has been reincarnated as a baby. He's the son of the king, and he's born with the royal insignia. The king is excited to see how strong he is, so he has his advisor perform a magical assessment. His crystal ball glows as it examines Haru's power. The king thinks he should be strong, because his mother was the hero who defeated the demon king. But it turns out he is only level 2, and his advisor notes he also has no elements, so he can only use barrier magic. The king can't believe this, wondering how they could have such a useless son, and they think it would be a problem if other people found out. So they both come up with the idea that he died during childbirth. Haru can't believe he is going to die after he was just reincarnated, and the king orders for him to be disposed of in a faraway forest. The goddess panics seeing this, and she realizes she messed up, because she actually made Haru's power level 1002. But the measuring devices in that world don't go up that high, so they don't realize how strong he is. Haru finds himself abandoned in a forest, and he can't do anything since he is just a baby. He thinks about how they mentioned he can use barrier magic, so he decides to he imagines it in his mind, and he manages to form a cube. He finds it easy to control, easily changing its size and its form. He tries using it on himself, and it allows him to float in the air. But at that moment, a giant wolf suddenly appears. Haru starts freaking out, but he is protected by his barrier. He picks up a bunch of trees with his barriers, and he uses them to attack the wolf. The wolf is still able to get up, so he decides to go even bigger, picking up an enormous chunk of the ground. But the wolf cries out, and Haru realizes the wolf can talk. The wolf can't believe how strong he is, thinking he isn't normal. Haru struggles to talk, but he gets an idea, and uses a barrier that turns his thoughts into sound. He manages to talk, and the wolf wants to know more about him. Haru introduces himself, and says he was abandoned because his mana level was too low, but the wolf doesn't believe this, because it can sense his overwhelming power, and it thinks he is the reincarnation of the demon king. Haru decides to play along, and the wolf instantly believes him. It admits defeat, and tells him to just finish her off, but Haru says it's not necessary, as long as she doesn't attack him again. She can't believe he is so merciful, and she swears on her name as a Flame Fenrir to keep this promise. Haru bids her farewell, calling her Flame, but the wolf sees this as being given a name, so she claims they have formed a pact, and she swears her loyalty to him. Haru explains he just shortened her name, and wasn't trying to form any pact, but Flame doesn't listen to him. Haru suddenly becomes weak, and he falls to the require sustenance. He says he needs milk, and Flay ends up transforming into a human form. Haru is embarrassed seeing her naked, so she puts on a suit, but Haru thinks it's just as bad. Flay prepares to give him a milk, but it turns out she doesn't have any. She suddenly hears someone approaching, wondering if she should take them out, but Haru says they should try talking to them first. A man approaches them, and Flay asks him why he is there. The man says he is there for Haru, but Flay refuses to hand him over. The man wonders about their relationship, and Flay tells him Haru is her master. The man claims to be Haru's relative, and that he is there to save him. He reveals he even brought milk, and Haru tells Flay to accept it, but she doesn't listen to him. She wonders why he is coming back for something they threw away. The man claims his wife was once pregnant, but the child didn't make it. So he doesn't care that Haru was abandoned for being weak, and he thinks that every child should have the chance to have a life. Flay is moved hearing this, and the man finds it strange to see a demon crying. They come to a deal, and the man decides to take her in as well, so she can stay by Haru's side. After 9 years, Haru has grown up, living with his new family. He had originally hoped to leave after being weaned off milk, but they were so kind to him that he ended up staying. But his only problem is that his sister Charlotte doesn't get along with him. Flay serves as their maid, and Charlotte seems to like her, asking her to play. Flay says her job is to look after Haru, but Haru orders her to play, so they go outside and Charlotte chases after her. Haru watches them from inside, and his mother tells him not to let it get to him, saying Charlotte is just at the age where she doesn't know how to act around boys. Haru worries the reason is because Charlotte can tell he is actually almost 30, so she can sense he is an old man. His mother thinks he should do something special to show how reliable he is, thinking she will change her mind, but Haru thinks he is no good at social situations. She says he should more instead of always spending his time in his room. Haru heads back to his room, and he thinks he should leave before his parents start demanding more from him, but he thinks Charlotte would hate him even more if he took Flay away, and he knows that Flay would never agree to stay behind. He has created a clone of himself using his barrier magic, so he can one day replace himself, but he hasn't been able to make it move or talk. His father knocks on his door, and they go out to the yard where his father wants to start teaching him how to use the sword. He isn't interested in learning, but his father tells him that since he has levels of mana, he should develop his other skills. Haru wants to just relax, but his father insists he gives it a go. Haru knows his father is an experienced warrior, so he casts his barrier to protect himself, and he charges at his father, even breaking his sword. His father can't believe how strong he is, and even Haru admits he's surprised. We learn that he tried checking his power with an even stronger crystal ball, thinking he could have a level in the hundreds, but it still ended up showing level 2, so he wonders what powers he was given by the goddess. Later that night, Haru's father tells his wife about the sword training session, but he is concerned that Haru could be a demon. His wife is shocked hearing this, and he mentions that there are secret records for the royal family bred with demons, and there were some who were born with demonic traits. His wife thinks Haru looks just like a normal boy, but they consider why a demon such as Flay is so obedient to him. However, he assures his wife that Haru is still their son, and that he will have a happy life. But Charlotte is shocked hearing her brother could be a demon. We see Haru relaxing in his room, when there is suddenly a commotion outside. He uses his barriers to see what's going on, and we see a bunch of injured soldiers. Haru asks his father about what happened, and his father mentions that lands have been being attacked by thieves. They found the base of the thieves, but they ended up getting ambushed. His father thinks it's a fresh sign for him to witness, so he tells Haru to go back inside. Flay calls them useless for getting beaten by some thieves, but Haru gets pissed off, telling her to shut her mouth. As Haru walks past, he uses his barriers on the wounded, and he is able to instantly heal them. The men can't believe it, and Haru's father wonders what's going on. At night, Haru wakes up, and he sees Flay has been waiting for him. She doesn't dare to talk, and Haru realizes she is still following his previous order. He apologizes for losing his temper, and he allows her to speak again. They head outside, and Haru uses his barriers to look for the thieves that attacked his father. He is quickly able to find them, and plans to wipe them out, as he uses his barrier to fly to their location. But at that moment, we see Charlotte watching them as they leave. We see the thieves celebrating their victory while their boss discusses their plans to return to their homeland. Haru suddenly appears, and he instantly freezes them with his barriers. One of the men tries to talk back, but Haru instantly blows him away. The boss ends up confessing everything, revealing that they are actually soldiers from the neighboring empire. Their goal was to cause chaos in the kingdom, and they even revealed they had someone helping them on the inside. Haru wonders if there is someone after his father's life, but the men don't know anything else. The men ask to be spared, but Haru tells them they messed up by attacking his father, so Flay ends up burning the entire base, and he ends up sending an anonymous letter to his father about what he learned. His father is surprised to learn that the Empire is involved, and Charlotte wonders who took out the bad guys, and he can tell that it must have been Flay's doing. Charlotte suddenly gets up and explains there is somewhere she needs to go. As she leaves the office, she thinks about what she saw the previous night. She asks Flay if there are two Harus, but Flay is confused about what she is talking about. She reveals she saw them leaving, but she knows Haru shouldn't have enough mana to fly, so she checked in his room, and she ended up finding his clone sleeping in his bed. She notes that it didn't have his usual scary aura, so she wonders what it all means. Flay is impressed to hear that Charlotte can sense her brother's strength, and she explains just how powerful he really is, but she tells her not to think too much about it. Flay ends up reporting her encounter to Haru, and he can't believe she already found out about his clone. He decides to set up extra surveillance on her, so he can keep tabs on what she is up to. Over the next few days, we see Charlotte following him around. No matter where he goes, Charlotte watches him, even when he's in the bath, and when he tries to confront her, she just runs away. After a week, we learn that his mother and Charlotte are going on a trip to the annual festival. Haru tells them they should take Flay along, but his mother mentions that Flay hasn't been around, and Haru remembers how he told Flay to intimidate the monsters in the forest, so they don't attack any towns. Later on, Haru's alarm goes off, and he realizes it's the surveillance he put on Charlotte. We see
I
that
was
they're
not
carried
flashing.
by Imperial soldiers, and Charlotte is carried away by her mother Natalia. The men chase after them, casting their magic, but Natalia manages to block it, but she gets hit in the leg. Charlotte suddenly hears a voice, and she directs her mother to run. Natalia wonders who's giving the directions, but they end up at a cliff. Charlotte tells her to jump, and they manage to make it down by using magic. They end up finding a cave, but Natalia thinks it's too bright to be able to hide. Natalia decides to go out to find the person who was giving them directions, saying they must be a hero of justice. She tells Charlotte to stay quiet, and she quickly heads off. As she leaves the cave, the entrance is hidden by some illusion magic. But at that moment, the soldiers catch up to her. Natalia thinks she can't let herself get captured, so she prepares to take her own life. However, her blade suddenly shatters, as Haru arrives just in time. He gets pissed off at the situation, and he instantly blows all of the soldiers away. He calls out for Charlotte, telling her to take care of her mother, but she is terrified feeling his aura. She realizes it must be her brother, so she forces herself to see him. Haru is surprised to hear her calling his name, and she asks if he is a hero of justice. He is confused by the question, but he decides to play along. Charlotte gets excited, thinking he uses his powers to defeat bad guys, and Haru just agrees. She apologizes for not realizing his true identity, but Haru tells her she needs to keep it a secret. At night, Haru's father receives a report about what happened, and he wonders about the mysterious person that has been helping them. He asks Haru if he has any ideas, but he just says that the person should stay on their side as long as they behave. Charlotte and Natalia return, and Charlotte instantly hugs Haru. She tells him how much she missed him, and their mother wonders when they became so close. Charlotte refuses to explain, but she just says that she loves him now. Haru is happy about this, but Flay seems to get jealous of their new relationship. After that, Charlotte would barge into his room every day, asking to play, and he now has trouble dealing with her because she likes him too much.
Ayan,
She
punta
wonders
ko
what he's
dito.
doing, and he tells her he is keeping watch.
Pwede mo
over
ba tapon yung mga oranges?
She is impressed he can use ancient magic, calling him amazing, and Haru says it's hard to learn since it's a lost magic. But Charlotte mentions that she has seen records about it, and she ends up taking it to the castle archive. Haru is surprised to learn they had such a huge library, and Charlotte helps him grab some of the books. Haru learns that his barrier magic is considered ancient magic, and he is surprised Charlotte has been reading these books. He thinks they would be too difficult for her, but she says that their father would normally read it to her. She tells him to do the same, sitting on his lap, and Haru does his part as her big brother. They read that there are some gods that can travel between worlds, and Haru thinks it sounds like a story from an anime, and Charlotte wonders what he is talking about.
Nanalaki ka lang.
He thinks she wouldn't understand.
Di ka
She
pa
insists on trying her best to
If I
listen.
direct
He
hero.
explains his drawings to her mood, and he gets excited talking about it, and she wishes she could also experience it. So Haru decides to find a way for them to watch anime. After 2 weeks, Haru manages to get access to the internet from Japan, and he finds that his old Netflix account still works. He creates a kid's account for Charlotte, and he lets her choose what she wants to watch. She picks a show about a magical girl, and she's amazed that the drawings can really move. She finds it amazing, but she isn't able to understand Japanese. Haru thinks it would be hard for her to learn a language, but thinks she should be able to manage since she's still young. He starts teaching her the alphabet, and he is shocked she seems to have learned it after only 2 hours. After another 2 weeks, Charlotte barges in, wanting to watch the latest episode of her favorite show. We see zombies in the city, but the heroes of justice fight them off. It seems she has mastered Japanese by just watching anime, and Haru wonders if she's a genius. He's glad she's having fun, but he thinks he needs to
Ah!
set a good example.
Nope, nope, nope.